Why do they gotta use that picture of her? Why do they? Oh my god. She looks like an airhead.
The nation got spared, but California is about to be unburdened by what has been.
See what can be, unburdened by what has been.
Be unburdened by what has been.
Unburdened by what has been.
Unburdened by what has been.
The Hill's reporting that Kamala Harris is leaning towards running for California governor, ready to serve up her signature word salad all over the Golden State. Speaking of losers, the ladies of The View are coming to grips with how Sonny cost Kamala the election.
Sonny ruined it. It's Sonny's fault she didn't win.
Sonny, we can't ignore the fact that you may have single-handedly taken down the Democratic Party. Some would say democracy itself. With one question.
I knew it instantly when she answered it, which is why I asked the follow-up question. Yeah. Is there one thing? You know, because I knew, I could see the soundbite and I knew what was going to happen. But I thought it was a really fair question, and I thought it was a question that she would expect.
It wasn't a gotcha question.
By any means.
It shouldn't have been a gotcha question.
How will Kamala do running for governor of California?
When you put two dumb people in a room and have them have a conversation, you're gonna get a pretty dumb outcome.
Well, I think it's very arrogant of her to think that she can spend all this time waiting to make a decision, and then once she does, it's going to clear the field. I think that Democrats have a really bad taste in their mouth about her overall, but especially in California. One of the cabinet members in the Biden administration, part of the cover-up.
Why do they gotta use that picture of her? Why do they? Oh my god. She looks like an airhead.
Javier Becerra, who was also like in witness protection programs. Anyone remember things during the Biden administration? They didn't even have cabinet meetings. They hardly did anything there. He's already declared that he's going to be a candidate. So it's going to be a big race. And I don't think that somebody who speaks like she does not like to make decisions, does not like to get prepped, has to do practice cocktail hours in order to get ready to do an event. And then you think about her going to do interviews. How is she going to answer the Biden cover-up questions?
She's never answered.
Right.
She has never answered for that, has she?
She has not, and everyone, as the California resident on the panel today, I will say this. First of all, she couldn't even pass the California bar. So how does she expect to be governor? And I say that because I did pass the bar in the first try, unlike her. Every chance I get, I like to rub that in. So here's the key. A well-placed source, essentially, close to her, says she has a lot of people in her ear telling her it makes the most sense and she can do the most good. That's the point. It's her inner close circle that is telling her that's a good idea, because clearly the American people gave her the message, went to the lowest approval rating in vice presidential history at 34.8%. And the biggest message was when you didn't win the presidential election. So she's going back to the briar patch. Because if there is any pool of people who would actually think she would do good, it would be California. But the thoughtful California voter, the people who were from there, know that she was the #1 recipient of tech lobbying money. She talks a big game about victims' rights, but she actually burned a lot of bridges with that group because of her being in bed with tech and the like. And she talked that big game about being, the prosecutor and the attorney general, but all of the law enforcement feel a whole hot heck of a lot different than anything that she's put forth. So at the end of the day, I think, I'll say this final point. She shares a donor class and a donor pool with Gavin Newsom. And up until now, they've done this frenemies dance quite successfully. You run for this and I'll run for this. And if he's eyeing 2028 presidential, that means she thinks all she can do is the governor of California, but she will be handed a loss if someone shrewd enough, Becerra, a former LA mayor, anyone is a better candidate marginally, she will fail utterly, and then she'll go away.
I'm not even gonna watch the rest of this because we all know that Kamala Harris will not get the selection for governor of California. Everybody in California, it would have to be completely rigged, or everybody in California would be missing their brains. It's about 75% of their brains in order to choose her to run the state of California. After what she has done with helping Biden the last 4 years in destroying this country, literally. to the point where we are now dealing with the after effects of what they did and did not do during their presidency. There's no open field. There's no light. There's no door for her to go through in the political world, in my opinion. She needs to just retire and be done with it. Start paying attention to what's going on in the news, and learn from stuff. Learn from people. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I'm still rooting for Sheriff Blanco is his name. I hope he gets the governor's seat in California. It would really clean up that state and really make it the Golden State and have it be what it's always known to be in the past, about such a nice, beautiful place to be, go visit, have a vacation. Can't do that nowadays when the homeless problem literally took over that state. All right, guys, till next time, peace out.